Hello and welcome back to Avowed. So, we are in a cave. Yeah, that's a side quest. I had to do it. That's how I do things. Side quests. Yeah. Well, last time we went and, we went and did the quest for those people in the shady town, and then we went and saw the ambassador, and basically told him, hey, we didn't kill the guy who tried to kill us. And he got pretty mad. And then Lubin came, and she was pretty intimidating. Got a big old fire mask and everything and stuff. But yeah.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one of Juliana.
He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here, but at least we gave him a fighting chance.
So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle.
I imagine the Oracle has something to do with that creepy statue we saw before. Maybe we should take a look.
I will do that, yeah. Anyway, test. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. And then I went here. Yeah. A history of living lands. 1. Origin. The living lands do not exist. Oh. Well, I mean, yes, in you don't exist in real life, but in the game do exist, I would think. But what do you mean by that? But certainly there's an island. Certainly there are valleys. There are rivers, lakes, and mountains. There are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, do these not constitute living lands? I will consider they constitute the description of a continent. That this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from India and Volatile. I'll consider this continent is real so long as you and I walk upon it. Call this island the living lands, but the living lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. Its attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its namer. But living lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peaks, and down its countless steps, and I have discovered that the living lands has no name at all. Thus the words we use to describe this continent, the living lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have a meaning only thee could comprehend. Unless these words have a history only thee could know. And how do you say that word? Hasty? The distance of this place has lost them. That felt like a whole lot of nothing. Just to say, hey, don't know where it came from. That's kind of how books are sometimes. That's why they're so long. Because you feel like you have to say so many words. You know, you could probably get it across with fewer words, honestly. Maybe that's why I don't really feel like reading, because like not a lot of books tend to be concise. They tend to be very verbose and very, yeah, not to the point. Increases as request. Captain Gator. The valley you see is but one of the many thorns in the rotten heart of this land. Claim it for area and show its efficacy, there we go, that's the word, efficacy be confirmed, you will be appropriately rewarded. This is a big one.
If Ludwig's after this relic, we might be on the right track.
Chest. Well. It's a very pretty place, this place. Like, it's underground, this ravine of sorts, and yeah, all the water, and it looks nice.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
It's the arm go properly. That's what the B says it is, so.
My sister. Can it be?
Hello.
Come, stand in the
You
light.
got
Let me look at you.
interesting face. Sargamus.
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us. But you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle
Oh right, you are
Sargeras,
supposed to be
servant of the once shining god.
yeah,
He
godlike.
whose light has lately
That's why you look
dimmed.
like that.
What brings you to this sacred space?
So that last time there was a godlike in here. It's like, oh, we haven't seen another godlike, I don't think. So yeah. You name yourself after one of the early figures in Euro-facing scripture. I don't know how you say that now. I'm looking for an expedition of my countrymen. Did he pass this way? Heard there was a temple of Eofas in this cave. Did you build this statue? You're really godlike. I should go. Kitty. He just knocked something down. Sorry. You heard that? Oh god. Yeah, I guess I have to say this.
Then Sargeras spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargeras. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Harmka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
Sure. I kind of tuned out whenever someone is speaking all religiously, for lack of a better word. It's like, yeah, okay. You're saying a lot of things. Looking for an expedition.
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Do you really expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place. Because I just put a bed like you a woman to keep here. I have no idea. Yeah, how did you see them?
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
It seems probably like you have what to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
Where do you keep the relic? I might find them there. What is this relic exactly?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shin bone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Where do you keep the relic?
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right. Here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
I'll return shortly. I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Elvis. Oh, I see. I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Elvises. Okay, anyway, I'm going to talk about here first. I'll return shortly.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices.
Hello, kitty.
May light illuminate your path, sister.
Okay. Retrieve the relic. Guess I should do that. Yeah, I was thinking about doing this last time, but it seems like a whole thing actually. Letter to Sagamus. Sagamus, it has been some time since your last correspondence, and I do hope you are still well. Have the materials and spec equipment from an app proven reliable? You know how temperamental and finicky all equipment gets. I swear, these machines have sorted down. But I like this. I look forward to hearing the latest news about your progress. I have no doubt that the completion of your project will change the world. And knowing you, it will certainly be for the better. That I have had a part to play in that fills me with a deep joy and satisfaction. Perhaps one day these shall write about us. I can see it now, the Oracle and the Visionary, a titillating tale of two fingers and probably thought-provoking theories. So a lot of T words. On second thought, perhaps simply the Oracle and the Visionary will suffice. Eagerly awaiting your response. Your friend Vital. I don't know. P.S. It is good that I forgot to send this after it died. Olvask would be very cross at me if I did not relay once more that he, and I quote, while looking forward to giving Sagamus, oversized animate a proper phrasing if it gets it functional. Oh, that Olvask. Until next time, my friend. Huh. There's no B on the map, so don't really know. This button there though. Does it do anything? Mystery button. Go this way. Get some stuff. Anything else in? Looks like there could be something up here. Yes, this. Okay, this is where I put it. Splinter. Second Mrs. General. 2028 Press 2. Priesto? I have no idea how to say that. He's gone, but he's still with me. What form should a relic of its hate that is fit to hold the splinter? Were I in high command still, I would petition the church for ivory, gems, and gold. What is remnant of his holy body is worth all the wealth of the empire and more. Being as I sequestered here, I will make do instead with the wealth of the land, rain from the tallest peaks, clay from the fertile riverbeds, and trunks from the most aged trees. I must work without ceasing until it is done. The memory of my lord cannot endure delay. 28 Terresto. He is beginning to take shape. But I thought at first a sanctuary would be appropriate. A temple within this temple of the godless. But when I prayed over all my plans for the permanent construction, I received a vision of Eophes's Titan as it had existed in its time. A body of strange flesh and bone, hundreds of feet tall, astride the land with the Pantheon at its side, facing down the force of chaos like 11 colossal ships of the line. What crisis manifested them and inspired them to act, I know not, but I shall remake him as he was, in my own fashion. 2829 Massivano. He is complete, but the statue I have made is inert, lifeless, dull. The work of my hands does not dignify the splinter. There's something deficient in it and in me. I was destroyed and begin again. 2029 Imprima. He is brand new. His effigy is formed from granite, clay, and wood still, but the shell now a precious artwork hall. It glimmers even in the low light of this cavern's ceaseless evenings. He brings the dawn to this penumbral place. As the light of his attention once brought to my soul, the Empire celebrates spring dawn today, or they would have, prior to the Saints' War. I wonder, what of him remains to the beyond after this dissolution at Okaiso? I long to be with him again. 2829 Papima. But we did not have to wonder. Well. What? Okay. Those potions are always nice to have. Yeah. Shimmery sounds of a chest somewhere. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a lot of sounds.
Leave those be. They protect my devices.
But what did it anyway? I would have if I did that. I want to do it. Reminder, source west lumber. Neil only seems to be able to source one number, and the contemptible stuff cannot withstand the damp of his cavern. I must find someone who can fell and hew fresh trees, or my fragile generators will be at the mercy of the Soribs. Well, better, I'm remarkably curious. I have to hit this thing. I'm gonna save. I don't know if he's gonna get mad and that's gonna ruin the quest. Whoops. I didn't say that.
Touch the generators.
I did it anyway. It's too late now. Did I do anything? My things shine. Whoops. Oh.
Careful, please. Stop! You'll damage my statue.
Okay, he will get mad at you. Okay. I don't want that. I mean, I got this thing. What is that? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be love to say. It's one of those times where I want to experiment, but I didn't want to, you know.
Follow us. We would speak to you.
Last light of day. Yeah, I don't really want to do that though. I have no reason to make this guy mad. But yeah. So unique item, I guess I'll read it, even if I'm not gonna keep it. So, killing enemies stores 3% of your maximum health. That sounds pretty good though. I would like this. That sounds pretty nice. Kitty, I can't really see. My controller is a weird spot right now because of you. It's still 10% bonus fire damage. The level 6 dragons displayed belies its wicked lethality. Which for any. Why do I always have trouble saying that? You face him? You face him? Whatever. Paladin of the Order of Kind Wayfarers is flanked by a blacksmith whose life was saved by the paladin. Rumor has it that never once did this paladin ever draw last light of the dawn from its scabbard, settling every conflict through this diplomacy. When they finally reached the end of their long life, they were buried along with the sword, which had yet to draw blood. How and when the weapon was made its way to Sargeras' hand is unknown, but from the notches of the blade, it had almost certainly never seen use well before that happened. Alright, Kitty, you're very much in the way right now. Guess it'll be the most. Guess that's the most reason, yeah. At the top. Kitty. You're too cuddly. Right now, you're being too cuddly. And I can't really play when you're like this, Kitty. You know? Can you sit down? Maybe? Now your tail's in my face? Oh boy. Alright. I mean, I gave you ample warnings not to do it. So, you know. Yeah, no. We're not gonna do that. Just gonna make sure I read that. I don't know if it matters, but just like to do that. There's more stuff up here. Can we find out? What is up here? It's quite attractive. There's a chest and something. Vessel flesh. Have you seen that before? Probably, but I don't remember reading that before. Vessel flesh. That sounds strange. Alright, here's what's up here. History of the Living Lands 2, Lacuna. What are we to make of the absence of the Invifans from the Living Lands? I think often of the hundreds of years I spent in the Eastern Reach. In all my time there, I never once were the ruins of Ingwith, I keep saying wrong things, Ingwith, out of my sight. A trio of the standing stones loomed from the peak of the nearby hill through my bedroom window, and long shadows of the machines fell every day over my church. The roads we trod were the roads, and the walls that divided our land were the walls. The temples became our markets. Our fields were littered with their tools. No mountain, no river, no forest could stop their building, and with the technology, they mastered the world. Their weapons laid the foundation of the aura. We, the living, are merely the skin atop their bones, but they never made it to the living lands. How can that be so? I feel like my reading today is pretty bad, and it's already pretty bad normally. But I don't know. I'm having trouble reading today, and I don't know why. Well, I'm here now again. Alright, that was a little freaking sidetrack. Wait, what's on here? Oh, is this just... Okay, this is right here, okay. I thought this looks different from the other direction. But it was something I hadn't seen. Okay. I mean, yeah. It says... It's only the A on the map, so... I don't know if I have to find that first, or if I can...
Bridge is collapsed up ahead. My gut says that's the way to the relic.
Okay. Well, how do I get there? This door spot. I need to get in there. But yeah, I was like, do I have to go
This
to A
reminds me of the
first?
strangled. But how is anything this big growing all the way down here?
We'll have to swim through the root tunnel to get through.
Where's the button? Does the button open that? Doesn't seem like it. Well, guess I have to go this way. Like, I don't want to accidentally complete the main objective and not be able to do the optional one. That's always what I'm afraid of. When the game gives you an optional objective like this. Is that book there? Okay, well, I gotta get some here. I'll read this book underwater. Sure. Clay tablet. This clay tablet is described by the flowing vertical script in a language you've never seen before. Yul Hesina Yasuha Uyedis. I get you know, I'm not even gonna try saying the rest of this. You get it. It's a foreign language. Yeah. Anyway. Is there more down there? See enemies on the map. Back there. Got so many bombs. Might as well use them for something. I know I should probably use my dash thing, but I didn't. So, one of these. Not sure how to activate it. Something. Maybe this wasn't open? I don't know. Enemies here.
Right behind you.
This is Firestone. Nothing too scary.
Everybody all right?
Oh. The electric was like, why are you falling on some? Are you falling down somewhere or something? It's because you're being hurt by electricity. Sorry, I maybe have part to play in then. Warlock book. The writing in this tome is dense and spidery, and it advances across the pages at a sprint, as if its author's pen had been enchanted with a spell for celerity. I don't know the word. Whatever muse in sorcelled. Am I having a stroke? What is these words? Ensorcelled? It will never be revealed. Two words I've never seen in my entire life. However, for the book's fatal pages swiftly disintegrate in your hands. I'm curious, what the hell does these words mean? Yeah, come on, phone, unlock. I'm gonna Google these words, and you're gonna wait for me to figure out what these words mean. Could do this after the video, but I'm not gonna do that apparently. Celerity? Celerity. Swiftness of movement. Right. And ensorcelled? Ensorcelled. Enchant, fascinate. Okay. Yeah. $5 words of the day, whatever it's called. Jesus. It's a lot of books, yeah. It's a lot of reading today. That's just how it's gonna be sometimes. I don't think we're gonna be going to, MO Star today. I thought we might, but it seems like this is gonna be the whole thing today. That's fine. The Great Western Stack. One day Elfrest was sitting on a wall, watching a cat play in the sun. A crystal hung in a nearby tree had fragmented a sunbeam and scattered small motes of light on the ground. He danced around the cat, sliding over him as he frantically battered at them. He spun in place, following one as it rushed past him, and leaped on it, trying to pin it down. Elfrest smiled, amused at the animal's tenacity. The cat landed on the spot, placing his paws over it only to watch it flit away again. Elfrest watched the cat's tail twitch and slap at the ground, and noted that his prey could not be pinned. "Why must I tease him?" a voice said from behind him, accompanied by the crunch of sandals on gravel. "I merely bring the dawn," Elfrest responded. I don't stoke the hunter's heart. That's your responsibility, isn't it?" "True," said the second voice. It's like a second voice. "But neither do you quell it. If the hunter could not see his prey, would he still hunt?" "So philosophical, Hylia." Elfrest said and turned to greet the two cars that approached him. "Have come to debate the parallel between sight and desire." He sat to the wall, inviting Hylia and Galavain to join him. He sat in silence, watching the cat who continued to hunt the sun, fruitlessly swatting at another mote and then rolling onto his back. "I've created the ultimate prey," Elfrest said finally, breaking the silence. It can be tracked, it can be followed, it can be seen, but it can never be caught." Galavain laughed lightly. "Don't you agree, Galavain?" Elfrest asked. "While its true dedication is elusive, it hardly can be considered the ultimate prey, because it never can be caught." He paused. His brow felt in thought. If that mode of flight had substance, Hunter could subdue it, but it is merely a dream, truly a fruitless endeavor. "All creatures spend their lives chasing fruitless endeavors," said Hylia. "It is the way of mortality." Galavain laughed again. "I could create a creature, a living creature of flesh and blood, that could never be caught. I make a dream a reality." Now his Elfrest turned to laugh. "You propose turning a fruitless dream into a fruitless reality. How is this any better?" "A life spent in pursuit of an attainable goal far exceeds any other." "But you just said no one could catch this creature. This is not attainable." Galavain smiled. "Humanity has surprised us before. Indeed, it could surprise us again. Create a great white stag, and I will set it free in the world. It will have grace, resilience, and tenacity. It will exist solely to be pursued for all its days, and it will never be caught. Serve to inspire the hunt for generations to come. All those who wish for glory will invoke my name. All those who hear its story will ask for my blessing in finding it. Helia shook her head and threw Galavain a bemused look. I don't believe that is possible. So I too make an offer to the person who catches the stag, and he will catch the stag. I bestow upon them his grace, silence and tenacity. 5 blessed he will be. He will ask for my blessing on the hunt so that he can obtain my boon. Galavain and Halia took up arguing whose name would be invoked more when the hunt was on. Eilfast sighed, a small smile playing at the edge of his mouth. He took a look to the sky. It had already started to hide itself behind the mountains. The cat, long ago tired of the stalking the moats, had fallen asleep beneath the tree. He turned and looked at the other guards, deep in debate, and sighed again. I merely bring the dawn, he repeated as he made his way down the path. It's up to you to see what I reveal. That was felt like a story, like an actual story, a little bit, you know. Nothing is lost. Search for Kaiso. Accepted from the collected journals of Vladimira Wave Chaser. The Ranger's men came to collect my portion of price share this morning, and I had nothing to give them again. I make no money for the tribe, though I am always in my little ferry boat, Great Gull, carving through the waves. At night I get no sleep. Vital asked me to conserve the lamp oil to come to bed, but I cannot until I find it. It was out there, the lost city of Hokkaido. On every chart and map of the dead fire I found, whether Huana, Rylian, or Rautaran, there is a gap, an empty space where so much of our history should be. Did it burn to ash and cinders in a cataclysm? Did it sink below the waves? Does Nagati cuts it to her breast at the bottom of the sea? Perhaps it's lost and wandering, like me. Unmoored, looking for a home we can't remember, but for which some insistent longing burns in its chest. An ember always smoldering, a little fire to push it on. My terror wants me to give it up, but how can I? On mornings when the sky is so clear I can hardly catch my breath for the beauty of it. I think I see it out there, shimmering in the brightening blue light. Is it a taunt or a beckoning? Will I be able to tell the difference? As the fisher folk when they return with the catch at sunset. Tiber, I say, do you see anything? Are you my Bobby? How about you, Puiva? Man, it's like a test. It's like the testing me to say these things. It's like the taunting me. It's like the you know. It's like I'm never gonna be able to say all these right. I'm gonna barely say half of them right. You know what I mean? Like, come on. It just feels insane how many different names and things and stuff and everything in this game, and I'm like, at some point it just doesn't sound like anything. But yeah. Continuing. They avoid me now. Mateo says they're busy, but I know they think I'm tide sick and sun addled. The way that one I really don't know how to say. Priva? Piva slips curl in disgust when I approach. The way Tiber's eyes seem to see right through me. I know. They won't have me suffer. They won't have to suffer me much longer. But tomorrow I'm taking Grey Gull and sailing north. Someone has to taste the old tales. So I will. Ugh. Again. So much reading. I'm small and yeah. Ugh. Sorry, I gotta read these. The hair. So I gotta do. Annals of the Pakunen. It was in the time of Edrahel the Sure-Footed that we came to Clearban? Vilak? Come on, man, stop with these names. The ancient place of the builders, as the locals called them. It was a marvelous sight, adorning the mountain framed by a pair of ghoulish aspects. Through some exercise in trickery or cunning, Edward Hill was able to gain access for our scholars that we might observe and record what lay inside. We discovered a fountain of sorts, the like of which neither we nor distant brethren had seen. Through careful observation, we surmised that the ancients used this place to extract souls and transfer them to suits of armor, delicate and challenging work. Yet the scale they had achieved left us humbled and astounded. Perhaps most remarkable were the golems, living suits of armor powered by essence. We lost two of our fellows when the creature caught us unawares, but once we subdued them, they proved quite fascinating. All too aware that our hosts would never again allow us, nor other curious travelers, to visit this place, we took meticulous notes and measurements of all we saw, forsaking bread and sleep until the work was done. We reported all to Edward Hill, whereupon he praised our work and urged us quickly forward, for if such a place lay abandoned in the forest, who can say what other mysteries gods and Kif have left in this strange and wild land? Some more? Oh god, that's one here and one here. Help, I'm never gonna get out of here. Okay, come on. You gotta get through these. Look at the time. I want to finish this quest today, so I might actually have to go all the time because I did not know there was gonna be so much damn reading. Yeah, no way I was gonna do it last time. On the Firehorse Path, the travels of Yarrick Bilton. The book is well worn and smells faintly of mildew. Its spine is cracked, and as you thumb through the pages books, it falls upon a folio more ragged and dog-eared than the others. Though I was born and raised a Macronite, and a Macronite now I will stay. As a young man, I took a pilgrimage to visit a holy house dedicated to every god. In doing so, I hope to know them each the better, and to take what they had to teach and sow into my soul like many seeds, that my soul might grow and bear only the most delectable fruit for my goddess to devour at the moment of my death. So it is with no small amount of amusement that I pen this account of my visit once to the Church of Vale, the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams and secrets, lays in the mysteries, and reveal to you all that I learned here. The challenge came first in finding adherents to Vale's doctrine, for they not often want to announce their presence, preferring instead to build a flock from the solitary seekers who delve through ancient ruins and ruined archives in search of the strange, the bizarre, the forgotten. But persistence is my goddess's first teaching, and find them I did. The Vale Knights Negatakan congregation was small then, as it likely remains now. On the morning I stumbled upon them, they were lounging like so many cats in the sun on the steps above Queen's Berth, sharing between them a bottle of arrack and pipes packed with white leaf and ripple sponge. I knew them for Valites, not for any badge of robe or trinket they wore, not for their race or age, but for the ardor of their debate on the most benign of topics. I begged that they take me to the church and permit me to worship with them. They laughed as one. There are many voices like the howling of wild dogs. The acquisitive? What is that word? Acquisit? God damn it, I have to Google something else now. How the hell do you say that word? Looks like a word I've seen before, but yet also I don't know how to say it at all. That's weird. Acquiesced. Yes, acquiesced. Like. Okay, they acquiesced when I told them on my quest and then invited me to sit and share that drink. I did as the rack burned a trail of fire down my throat. They showed me the dimensions of the hall of worship. The The stairs where the pews descend, the blue sky the ceiling, and the walls the edge of the world. All the grace sits within its bounds. As morning neared midday, they stood as one and began to climb the mountain. Where do you go now? I asked. To worship, they replied. Great wave of relief was over me, for at last I will have my lesson from them. I climbed the many steps of Nagataka and arrived at last in the sacred stair. Where's the temple? I asked, and in response they whooped like children, watching past me in a squall of smoke and laughter. I followed as best I could, though I wet my good slippers in a stream and could hardly keep my feet on the moss slick stones, and we searched soggy-footed and hollowing into the temple of God. To worship, they cried. We saw past dawn stars, bent in praise of the macabre god, laughing all the while, and came to stand before a leafless tree whose boughs were hung in lanterns too numerous to count. I had nary a moment to catch my breath before the lights were clambering into the great tree's branches. I'm sorry, I've been reading so much that it's hard to I've just been reading so much that I'm just at some point reading just becomes like harder somehow when I read more. You think the more I read it, the more I'll be like in the flow, but somehow I'm just not in the flow. So sorry about that. I'm trying my best here. A young man pulled me up with one hand and handed me a pipe with the other. The priest of God squeaked and wailed, and all the while we walked like birds, our smiles wide and eyes alight with arak and lantern fire. The Matao came soon after to chase us away, but not before we had done our share singing to the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams. Would that I could have stayed with them a while longer, but alas, I could not deny my soul's journey, nor the whispers of my goddess in my ear, so again to the world in search for churches. I split ever after, I longed always for that tree, whatever. Good lord. Yeah. And there's more. The collected annals of Langgraf. Remarkably, this work appears to have been in a great hurry, as if the fee had been cut. The guards strip us of The guards strip of us who we are on every turn about the wheel, mercilessly shaving off all we've learned with the divine laughs? Whatever, another word I don't know. I can't keep googling now. I gotta get through this. We retain the pale shadows of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, after all of it is cut away. The gods fear we might someday rival the strength if they do not. The trees of Glenfair possess souls as strong as any cliff, and their entangled roots extend for miles. But dig beneath any of them, follow those roots, and you will see they don't end but lead to a neighbor. There are many souls sharing in one body. Why shouldn't willing cliff be able to do the same? A limb may be grafted from one tree of the trunk to another, and in time they will bear sweeter fruit together than either might have alone. Might it be possible, then, to graft a scion soul of the rootstock of a willing cliff? The souls wouldn't fracture but coalesce. They grow stronger together. The guards see fractured souls, but they don't care for them. Damaged, broken people are abandoned by the makers to twist in the wind, giving no succor, no relief. Would an intentionally fractured soul be similarly inconsequential to them? I will use the apathy against them. I will make that disdain serve me. Grafted soul is obscured from the sight of the gods. It spreads freely like a blood fever, but doesn't kill its host. No, I'll be a fever of the spirit, invisible, unstoppable, eternal. Oh man, I feel done reading but I'm sure there's some more. Statue schematic, what's all this? Destroying details plans for the creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is tended to be injected into the statue by way of animatic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from, and what statue could do with it is unclear. I wish there wasn't this, blue stuff around it, because I really want to see it more, but I guess, yeah, it's the statue out there, I guess. Okay, there's more to read here. I don't need to burn that, do I? Come on. There's so much in here, my god. But I'll read it. I'll read it. I have to. I've started, I'm not gonna stop now. The life and discoveries of Penguin. Mention the name Penguin to anyone with even a passing knowledge of animancy, and you could find yourself in for a very long discussion. Publicity reviled, but privately lauded as a hero and genius. Penguin's history is at turns revolutionary, horrific, and mysterious. Penguin was fascinated, some might say obsessed, with the concept of animancy, and consumed his life as he dedicated everything to understand it. He would frequently travel to Glenfeff and the Deerwood to visit the Enrivan ruins. There he would God, sorry, I think my voice is starting to hurt by talking so much. There he would take notes and make sketches, bring anything back with him that he could help him unlock the mysteries. After years of study, Penguin had reached the point where he could no longer conduct research on his own, and he took on an assistant, Herrick of Fame. Soon Herrick was making trips to Glenfeff in Penguin's stead, gathering knowledge, while Penguin stayed behind to experiment. The partnership quickly bore fruit, and Penguin made a breakthrough, one that would irrevocably change his life and the general attitude about animancy forever. While the specifics of his experimentation will never truly be known, the rumors and stories that still circulate tell that he had sent out inquiries asking for life subjects for help with a dangerous experiment that might change their lives, or might end it. Those who were already dying were especially encouraged to apply. The response was overwhelming, and Penguin had his pick of numerous willing bodies. That is, when he had his breakthrough. He discovered a way to fix a soul, anchoring it to its body so it couldn't leave at death. He discovered eternal life. Yeah, that's something. Definitely something. His research and life's work have resulted in the greatest single discovery of animancy could hope for. Well, didn't they say something before about animancy having like zombie-like people essentially, like the had like undead or like necromancy essentially? It was like, I think there was something about that before actually. This might be what that's talking about. Yeah, I think I remember something like that. Anyway, his research and his life's work have resulted in the greatest single discovery that anyone has hoped for. His findings were published and quickly spread through Valia and beyond. While some groups, the Rhodecan Church for example, decried his work as nothing more than blasphemy and heresy, many put it to practice. Everyone wanted a chance at immortality. But everything comes with a cost. It quickly became apparent that simply restraining the soul, while keeping the person technically alive, was doing nothing for the body. It continued to decay, devolving and warping the soul now, trapped inside it. The creature it had created were dangerous. Cannibalous beasts that killed brutally and indiscriminately. Their backlash was ruthless. The practice of Penguin's discoveries was outlawed. His works were collected and burned. He and Herrick were branded heretics and haunted, chased from town to town until Penguin simply vanished. Herrick was tracked down, captured, and brought to a trial for the atrocities committed against Valley and its people. The trial was barely more than a formality to bring charges against him, as everyone knew what hand he had played in the disaster. He was sent to prison for years, but eventually released once public outrage died down. Not long after his parole, he disappeared as well. Occasionally, talk surfaces that a copy of Penguin's films had been found, untouched by the purging flame to destroy his brothers. These rumors seldom end up being more than that. Many groups and wealthy individuals have formed, have formed sending out a call to anyone who will listen. What is a copy of the films? They offer gold, dual status, anything they can entice the to help them achieve their goals. But there are those who would give anything for chance at immortality, even become a monster. Okay then. I got a small here. But it never ends. It never ends. I want to finish this quest today. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go all the time. Because I'm almost at an hour here. Today was part 5. The proliferation of animancy. Animancy, outlawed while under Adia rule, was technically no longer taboo after Hadred's rebellion. Academics began its study again in earnest in 2681 AI. By 2697 AI, there were almost 40 academics actively researching the field both in the Avowed and the Valiant Republics. Even though no significant results have been discovered, a tragic breakthrough of sorts happened in 2704 AI. Animancer working in Belvis accidentally shattered the souls of about a dozen volunteers who had been helping him. In retaliation for the deaths, the citizens of the area stormed his house and killed him. The Earl of the region, not wanting to waste resources or anger the locals in more than they already were, did nothing to find the head of the vigilante mob, but neither did he outlaw animancy. To ensure their own safety, most animancers moved from the rural areas where they were studying and settled in Defiance Bay, many of them choosing the emerging and wealthy district of Brackenbury as a new home of operations. While there are still a few breakthroughs and the study of animancy continued for the next 24 years, it quickly slowed as it became cost prohibitive and complicated the more people learned about it. Kitty, I really wish you would sit down so I can see the screen. Boy. Most animancers couldn't afford to continue research without the support of donations or gifts from wealthy individuals organizations. 2737 AI, some animancers desperately continued their studies and seeing no other means of furthering the research, entered the forbidden ruins of Air Glenfab to further the research. Discovered some Kitty, please sit. I can't see. Please sit down. Come on, buddy. Sit down. You're very cuddly, but you need to sit down. Because some sites had strange artifacts that seemed to bear affinity to soul essence and began to prod at the devices for further insight. Even continued research, they were unable to tell quite what they had discovered. Eventually, they were found out by the Glenfathans, who captured some of them, demanding they be punished for the crimes. The wooden authorities, in order to maintain the treaties and keep the peace, had no choice. They allowed the animators to be executed according to Glenfathan tradition. This led the Duke to make an additional proclamation. Alright, sorry, I just gotta get comfortable. Kitty's moving all over the place. He finally sat down, I think. The study and practice of animancy on and even near the sacred and weapon sites would be punishable by death. In 2780 AI, in order to solidify relations again with the Glenfathans, the Devodan government allowed some animancers to begin training experiments in conjunction with the Glenfathan mind hunters, the native ciphers. This was an exchange of information. The animators documented the secrets of the mind hunters' powers. The mind hunters learned new techniques for concentration which assisted them in taking their power to a level no Glenfathan had seen before. The ciphers, no longer wary of the animators' intentions, trusted them to such a level that they convinced the Glenfathans to give some animators limited access to some of the training sites where the Glenfathans practiced. The Ananthas of the Glenfathan tribes opened the training grounds to the Animancers. They were not allowed inside, as this was still strictly forbidden, but the general allowance by the Glenfathans was seen as a breakthrough in relations between the Deerwood and the Air Glenfath. That word is starting to sound like nonsense to me. Over the next 8 years, the Animancers' research will continue unimpeded. With the exception of some minor squabbles, there has been no major strife between the two groups for almost 120 years since. Are we finally done? Can I get through here? My god. Burn this up, please. I think I've read everything in here. That took so long. My god. I'm sorry, but I don't know when this game is gonna throw a lot up at you. It just does sometimes. Alright. Wow. Feels like my eyes are just...
6 years in Dawn Shore, and I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time.
Feels like text is just burning into my eyes now. There's letters. It's like, wow. There's actually a video game going on. Yeah, sorry, but I gotta read it. You know, there's interesting stuff in there, you know. I want to learn some more about the law and the world and, you know, everything. And, you know. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna fight these guys first and then we're gonna read that. I want some action. I want something happening, not just reading, goddammit.
Dreams what you had. I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violence. Essence twisted out of shape.
Right. Ah. Gotcha.
How'd you do that? Look right.
Someone up there, huh? What's your idea? Alright. Yes.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
These enemies are not even that strong. Like this is like not even a place that's like this is not even a dangerous place in the slightest. I could have come here a long time ago, I guess. This is like nothing, these enemies. Going around. For stuff and things. Stuff and things, stuff and things. Alright, let's read that freaking thing I saw. I have to do it. I have to do it. Purification of the Pilgrim. I hope that in coming to this place, standing before the splinter, and turning my mind to prayer, that I would feel something, that I would experience the solace of other godlike speak of, state that they call grace. But my dreams remain as silent as this irregardless tomb, and I am ashamed to feel so lonesome and bereft. To truly love the gods is to be faithful to the void. That is what the altar tells me. I look outside of myself, to the here and now, for that which I desire, that I will always remain unsatisfied. God, sorry. I must go down into myself, into the still, wide emptiness, to discover that I already have everything I need. The many voices of Vale I would whisper in my ear, even had I heard them, they would not be evidence of their love. The evidence persists already in my soul, in the void to which I have been true, and it has from the moment they plucked my soul from the wheel and gave it unto my body to be born. It is a chime. The chime is the evidence of their love, and if it is all that I have of them, then I should fall to my knees in gratitude, for it is more than most gifts will get. But to know that this solace that I seek, then I must give up any desire for the love and learn to love the void. Chest in here somewhere? Something? Here's something. Somewhere. Stop there. Can I get up here? Not easily. Can't really get anywhere. Hopefully I can make that. Nope. Here's something. Can't really get anywhere though. Not that I can see. Whatever. Let's move on. Gotta get this quest done today, you know. I really want to just get it done.
A pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
Consecration prayer. With this living of his precious body, we commemorate our most glorious God with all his saints. Let us commend ourselves and one another and our whole life to Eofest, the Dawn Treader. For this holy house and for those who enter it with faith, reverence, and the fear of our God, consecrate his temple in his name. Eofest, have mercy on our souls.
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kinda nice.
I guess so. Actually, I would love to live underground, personally, but, you know, each their own.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grab it. Can it?
Right. I haven't been in a lot of ancient ruins, but you don't have to be an expert tomb robber to think this is probably a trap.
I can hit that. Is this or something? Take that one, this up. Gotta find another one. I mean, should I just take it and just see what happens? I mean, gotta find some enemies or something. Whatever. I'll do that.
You take lead.
I don't see another switch anywhere though. So if you're supposed to hit that switch, can I shoot something in there? Don't see anything in there. Oh, here's a button. Oh, well, whatever you want to call it, switch thing. I don't have enough essence. I'll just do that, whatever. I guess I could throw a grenade. Have lightning grenades or whatever.
Let's see if that opens.
I mean, let's take it right away, I guess, if we can go in here first or something. Sarcophagus. It's a huge chest. Person inside. I guess. Well, I mean, we opened that up, but that was not the real thing. So that is the real relic, I guess. You know how to get in there. I would like to get in there. But, yeah. Like, spot, but I don't know if I could throw a grenade in there or something. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen really. I can't really see what's spawning it. Yeah. So I don't know if I can destroy it. Whatever, let's take this and see what happens.
A false idol waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber. We'd better get moving too.
Come on, don't hit it. Can you see this ball?
Tight spaces.
Not a book. Redacted. His fifth living names fall. Redacted. Every page of this book has been painted black except for the very last, which features a last drawing of an unusually ornate key and a note written in the ruins of an unknown language. Beneath them, someone has scribbled, "How do their agents keep finding my work? Do you want me to face the version of this volume alone? I don't know what defines your objection about my theories on the meaning of the godless language. I'm done rewriting it. You bastards win. No more." Note above has been amended by more at hand, likely sometime after the first note was written. I've compared my notes regarding the description from Ukaisu with the script of the intact clay tablet in my lab and realized they share several shapes in common. I may be able to make some headway in translating this if I can find an expert in the godless. Another amendment follows, but that too has been mostly blackened out. Near the end of the redaction, the pen suddenly runs off the edge of the page, and a splash of blood stains the margins. All you can make out is a pair of shaky sentences, circled several times. Yes? Could that mean God? Okay then. Oh, hello. Skill monk. Random skill monk in here. Okay. Well, that was what that was. Hi. Okay, these guys are not very strong, honestly. Why is my bones? But they're not even all that strong, really, my bones. I don't know. Does not feel like they're even worth using. God likes excuses. Hello. Ow. Okay, I actually gotta heal. Okay, but again, you're not very strong because this is not a an area you're supposed to come to early on. Because clearly these are very weak enemies. And they're strong weapons now, maybe, I don't know. Well, it can be true, I guess. I have a lot of them though. Suddenly. Missed. Oh. Skeleton kicked me. All the things skeleton can do, kicking is one of the things I would think it could do. That one. Alright. Always nice to have more artwork. Alright, that was the thing. Get all the stuff. Alright.
Wayon must have flooded during that earthquake. Blistered ruins.
Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
Huh. That's how you get somewhere here. It seemed like you could go places, I just didn't see how. Turns out it's gonna flood. apparently. Chest for me. Getting all the things. I'll just sell immediately. Yeah. Just feel like all these common things you get, like, well, it really just there to be sold at this point, I feel. Oh. Can I open that up somehow? There's a better way to get to it. Yeah. There we go.
Worth and wrath.
I don't know if I can get back this way now. Where I came from. Doesn't look like I can really. Oh, I gotta go around. Oh, this is what was making the shivering sound. There's something. Okie doke. This away. Oh. Uh-oh. Gotta watch out, maybe? I don't know. He's gonna start falling from the sky. Well, I walked it for some reason. Ground is purple. That's what that's all about. Can you just purple around here? Guess it's the lights making it purple. That looks very suspiciously like a doll, doesn't it? No? Nothing? It's the most doll-like doll I've ever seen. That's not a doll. Whatever.
Why has he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place?
This, yes, I mean, no. So it says, that's where, this is where the expedition is supposed to be, but, I mean, where? Right here? But, oh, I can go in here, okay. There we go, that's what I was missing. This is supposed to be right around here. Apparently.
Something's not right here. Take a look around.
It's all pebbly. Well, you seem pretty dead. Gator's journal. 3 Preauton or something? 28:30. Oh, Kitty, I'm sorry. I gotta. I've been sitting a while. I gotta stretch a little bit. So I'm sorry if I have to move you, but my leg is really hurting. New orders came down from Davin today. We are to be sent to the Living Lands. The diplomatic corps has established an embassy in the port city of Paradise and needs support cataloging the unusual wounds there. No doubt it will take months, perhaps a year or two at the very least. I had promised Woodwind I would be in High Ground to celebrate Inestu with him, and the children especially, since it will be Mary's coming of age. But how often are you given the opportunity to lay the foundation of study for a previously undiscovered ancient culture? I'm sure they'll understand. And maybe, well, I think my daughter will be glad I've gone. It's not like the gods are making new continents. The world is getting smaller every day. 17, Preverno, 28, 30. It always seems as though the moment I finally get my sea legs, we are pulling into harbor, and a charming harbor it is, despite what Devon told me, and not nearly so dangerous as the clerks in High Crown warned. I swear on the Queen, half my countrymen resent any city that isn't the Emperor's purely on principle. There was a letter waiting for me when I arrived at the embassy. I suppose Woodwind sent it before I left. The cowards filed for dissolution of our marriage, but he couldn't muster the stone to tell me to my face. Let him assume it never arrived, for I certainly won't dignify it with a reply. This whole episode is giving me a blinding headache. Horrible pinching sensation right behind the eyes. Tiran Piano, 2830. We had a few days to settle into life at the embassy while the powers that be argue about how best to make use of us. While I was resting, the ambassador's clerk took the scouts to some dreadful little swell house in the rough part of town. Naturally, a couple of the younger lads poisoned themselves with alcohol. The mother in me wants to be furious, but I can hardly muster the energy. As long as Ophick's voiding his stomach in the canals and set up the bunkhouse, I might piss it off at all. I think I'll take the team to Fort Northreach, see if I can't help the archivist identify the purpose of the godless wounds there. 1 Tyvano 2831. There's a new year. The team created themselves all well at the fort. Given's help, I was able to get down into the basement of the ruins there and take a good look at the construction. Naturally, I left the notes I took at the fort. I feel like I can hardly even think these days, but I believe I remember enough of what I learned to write a satisfactory report for the ambassador. Could those wounds have been the site of a fertility temple? I mean, goodness, look at the shape of the building. The still devout inquisitor attached to the embassy has uncovered rumor of a holy relic in a cave here in Dawnshaw. She suggested we might want to investigate. I know I should be eager to get down there to explore, but I've hardly been able to be able to get out of my bedroll since we returned to Paradise. I'll bet there's a cursed tablet with my name on it that Woodwin's installed at the Temple of Skane, back in High Ground. I've been able to explain the hideous nightmares I've been having. Mushrooms erupting from my skin, my eyes replaced by quivering stalks, maybe turning into a tree, Woodwin splitting in half and opening like a flower. No matter what drug I take or to fish cards of prey, I refuse to go away. 6 Prima 2821. I collapsed while I was I've been saying so many words, I think I can't say words anymore. I collapsed while we were gearing up in the market, and none of the merchants could help me off the ground. One of them muttered something about a soul plague, and I ran off to tell his mates. I tried to tell the man I wasn't sick. I was going for a divorce, but I couldn't speak. It was like my tongue had turned to mud. The Inquisitor pulled me aside when the boys got me back to the embassy. She was able to press the locals for more about the relic. Apparently it was taken from Professor Titan's skeleton. The one I made my reputation discovering, and it's well known for its ability to heal anyone who holds it. I cannot delay any longer. I must find it.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
The plans in Uncle's workshop were too complicated to be for a simple statue. remind me of the bodies of the godlikes who died a few years ago. Do you think the Oracle could have killed them? Somebody needs more time speculating.
Corpses left here with no obvious death marks or struggle wounds? All I'm saying is, I'm not seeing any reason to rule him out.
You think he's building a what? Giant animat?
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Right. I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right?
Could the Oracle's plan have something to do with Aethys vanishing the Kaiser? Crack knuckles. Let's go ask him. Why would he do that? He has much answer for.
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Okaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
Huh. Maybe killing him at that point before was not a bad thing. This is really what he has been doing. Well, guess we'll go confront him. But first, more meeting! Yay! Fucking hell. How much have I read today? Gotta get through it. On the Binding of Souls, the marginal texts are scribbled with notes and references. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removal and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Invifans were particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled Annals of the Pagunin, pp 382-6 below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process, and one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it. The words transfer to holding vessel are written and underlined in the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and adva specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner. No distortions or breakages. Warp soul is at best useless and at worst unpredictable. Now points from this paragraph to a scrunched note. Section pool in CR 18 feet wide by 3 feet deep. We've since measured the process of soul transference and have seen the benefits of infusing force work with the essence of animals and wilder. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kif, where we could... Can't see the screen, kitty. Please move. Come on. You can't be on the desk. Alright, you can't be on the desk. Come on. No, you gotta move. I'm sorry, kitty. Move. Alright, I'm gonna move you. Ah, God. I gotta get this video done. I don't need to finish this freaking page. Where was I? What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kif, who could produce the appropriate subjects, and how much personality and autonomy we would want to leave intact in such cases. String of notes a string of note winds around and below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, ending with force guardians in block letters. These notes are crossed out, and below them is written, but what of the divine soul? Ah, Kitty, please, please, I can't have you always everywhere. Like, can you please either sit down in one spot or stop being up here? You know, I need space to play this freaking game. Ugh. Okay, I think that's all that's in here. I think so. Finally, let's go. Let's go. How do we get out? Where did I come from? Into a hole. Wait, how do I get out? Can I get out this way? How do I get out of here? What? Where do I go up? That button? Yeah. Oh, that's where we are. You can barely see that. Oh boy. Okay, that's what this was for. I knew there was something. Okay. My God. Let's go.
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness.
I don't know what this guy's capable of, but I've got your back.
There you are.
Hi.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
I found the bodies of this Buddhism team in your workshop. Did you kill them? Happy relic. There was an earthquake when I was in the temple. The place is flooded. I must have misplaced it. One moment.
Yes, the earthquakes. And the roots that seem to always accompany them. They are not a new occurrence, I'm afraid. This land has always had an unstable quality to it. But it has worsened in recent years. Grown violent. Is it my work the land abhors? Is it the arrival of your Emperor's soldiers? Or are these tremors merely the convulsions of this island's lone volcano? You will need the scientific minds of Emerald Stair to tell you, for I certainly cannot say. Whatever the cause, the disturbances are getting worse. I fear this whole place could collapse at any moment.
I found the bodies of this Buddhism team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
You're going to put the soul in your statue, aren't you? Why? You're a monster. Attack. I can't believe I've really done.
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god.
It's a godless responsibility to hold a god accountable. How do you expect to redeem Aethys? By making them prisoners? Why? What could possibly be the point? Fair enough. Can you say properly all of this? I don't know. Let's see if I can say all of it. I guess I'll start with this.
you understand me? What is the source of all suffering? Our division
Did I
from
misunderstand
God.
what that meant?
Not our
I don't agree
division
with him.
from them, no, but their division from us. It is a wound the size of the soul, yet it gapes as large as the world. If we are to alleviate suffering, if the gods, if Aethys is to atone, we must give him a mortal consciousness. We must give him a mortal conscience. Or the atrocities of the Deadfire and the Saints' War will be but preludes to the horrors he will sow across Aora. Even the Redeemer needs redemption. Even the gods must be held to account. Aethys must be stopped.
Huh. How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I do carry it. I couldn't find it, sorry. I do.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in a statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
Huh. Yes, I'll put the relic in a statue. Kaimanis, what do you think? There's no way this will work. What will happen to you if you got abandoned this domain and beyond? Absolutely not. Let's ask, yeah,
Me?
the guys.
If I ever suggest helping some crazy Nimdu bring a statue to life for religious reasons, please kill me then and there.
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses and Deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea. And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
Yeah, you make a good point. I was almost like, I kind of want to see what happens, but we should probably not let this happen, let's be honest. I mean, this is all assuming this would work. I mean, it sounds a bit far-fetched, but we're also in a world of magic, you know, a world of gods and everything, you know. I don't know what can happen. But yeah. What will happen to you if you got abandoned his domain in the beyond?
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there, for it will mean that I have failed. You see, my sister, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness, so that he may repent.
There's no way this will work.
Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent, and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose, floating through the beyond. It is that wisp I will capture.
I am vaguely curious to see what happens. I can't deny it, but no, I can't do it. I mean, yeah, Kai made the point of the souls being trapped there, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't really, I didn't think about it that way, but no, that sounds pretty bad. I mean, we know about how the souls work and the wheel and all that stuff. So yeah, no, that would be bad. So no, absolutely not.
I see. Why?
I can't help you bring Aeofus back into the world. He's too dangerous. This is animates. He was forbidden for exactly this reason. I don't want to help you. That's enough reason. You kill innocent people to advance your own sick goals. I mean, that's also that. I can't let you live after what you did to the expedition.
Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse.
Hold on, let's not be hasty.
I do not wish to pursue violence, but I will if I must. This is the work of my life. Now, the relic, if you please.
Yes, I'll put the relic in the statue. Tank, I refuse to be party to this. Huh. I have to attack him. I can't retaliate. Him attacking me. I thought he was gonna attack me there. Well, I don't like instigating. I mean, we do with many people and creatures we come across in the game, but that's you have the icon that says your enemies. Like, it's fair. But an NPC, it feels different. All right, well, let's just get it over with, I guess.
If it must come to this, so be it.
I'll never defeat you once. Must have been half. There we go.
Oracle's dead, so can we leave now, or...?
Hear us.
Gonna get to have this
Follow
anyway.
us. We would speak to you.
We make a good squad.
Oh, I'm all encumbered. I didn't realize. It's like, why am I so slow suddenly? Apparently I'm all encumbered right now. Let's just stash some of these. There we go. That should be enough. So yeah, I actually did get this after all. Huh, it's kind of funny. Yeah, it's not as strong as this one. If I upgraded it, could be pretty nice. I mean, restoring your health sounds really nice, But I probably should keep using this though. I mean, I upgraded it and everything, and this is a sword. That's the wrong button. Keep pressing the wrong button for the thing. This is a sword, so it is faster. So I mean, it being faster might mean the damage, See, the thing is, it doesn't really seem to account for, fire rate. I don't know what would be for a sword, but essentially fire rate. That's what I mean. That's what account for, that, because this is obviously way slower to attack with. You can clearly see it's way slower. But yeah. Alright. Speak to the wise. Oh, there's one of these here now.
We sense weight on you. Essence. Yes, we know this melody. A part of the statue, a piece that yearns for its true place. Combine them. Join soul into body. Let it sing for us.
The voice. wants to put it in there. That's interesting. Alright, I'll put it in a statue. Will something happen if I do that? Why do you want to finish the statue? Yeah. Like, this is not what I was expecting.
It dreams in colors we have never seen. Would we use it? We cannot know. It must be complete.
Alright. No. Will something happen if I do that?
Feast? Famine? We could not say. The Adra dulls our mind. We sense an acorn. Possibility.
I can't say I'm not a little bit curious to see what happens. I want to keep looking around.
Dear Rose, where does it stop? We do not control its feet. But hurry. The roots twist. The earth heaves underneath the stone. The eaves cannot hold.
Hey, envoy. Back with us?
So you can still do this after you kill him, huh? That's pretty interesting. I mean... Huh. I'm not gonna do it. Maybe I will... You know, it's an RPG. It's you know, certain times in games like this, you just have to make a choice. And you might not get to see the other one, you know? Might not get to see what happens. And yeah, I am still curious. But we kinda, you know, decided to kill this guy to not have to do it. So doing it anyway feels a bit weird, you know what I mean? But I still am really curious though, so yeah, I put a save. Maybe, I don't know. At some point I'll do it. Obviously this video's been pretty long. I just want to finish this quest. Yeah. Don't expect this video to be 2 hours long, but here we are. You know, what can you say? What can you do? It is what it is, and yeah.
The Oracle might have been a creepy, murdering corn, but he sure kept a nice home.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
More freaking books there. There's one. Oh, there's another one. 3 books in there. I gotta read. I just wanna get to the freaking finish the quest, man. Why are you doing this to me, game? Fine. This video's already so long. What the fuck? I guess we're gonna go over 2 hours in this video. A very good farmer. When this book bears a stamp designating it as part of the restricted collection of the Halls Obscured. It appears to have been stolen. Every piece is filled with closely packed writing illustrations. One passage reads, Saint Whiteman pursed his lips and stared down the glowing message, whatever, which peered at him between stalks of walnuts. He gripped the wooden shaft of his scythe, slicked with sweat from his palms, the hands of a working man, which he was. Then you are Feston, he said. That I am, said the guard. Then you already know what I want, said the farmer, who was Waitman. That I do. What is this book? Waitman unknotted the cord which sustained his pointy hair and let the flowing locks cascade around his shoulders and rest over the shaft of his bosom. He winked and cleared his throat before winking again. This is smut. This is some weird smut. What the hell? Okay. Because that's why it was banned or whatever. Because this is... I don't know what this is. I don't like reading it. I don't want to read it. I got a candle that hasn't... I got a candle hasn't been lit properly. That's what it says. Earfest moved closer and the peasant cuts off abruptly with a series of jagged notes pressed deeply into the apartment. Eo was not ready for this. Yikes. Oh boy. That's why I read these sometimes, because sometimes there's some interesting or funny or weird stuff in there, you know? Yeah. Saint Whitewind, farmer become god. With the mention of the name Whitewind, most folks think of only one word, God Hammer. We're gonna sneeze. That's great. While this event echoes through the ages and is still felt years after destruction of yep, that was God. It is still felt years after destruction of Avon Duvar Bridge, I guess. Whitewind's humble beginnings belie the powerful force he would grow into. Whitewind lived an unassuming life in the remote area of Vidcaris, the son of Waller's farmer. He toiled in the fields alongside his father for 22 years, until his father's death. The farm then fell to him to run. He considered selling, but had no other skills upon which to draw, so he set on the path of Waller's farmers as well. Nothing of note was recorded in Whitewind's life until 4 years after his father's death. One day while working the fields, Whitewind's life was irrevocably changed. In his words, "Night was falling, the fingers of dusk already gripping the sky. The sun had dipped behind the world's edge, and stars were peeking from beyond the shroud. The day was still, and darkness had blanketed the field. Placed my last harvest of the day into a collection pile when from behind me arose a brilliant light. I turned, fear in my breast, knowing not what would have caused such intense radiance. Behind me stood a blazing figure, resplendent in glory. Its white flesh glowed with a luminescent radiance. Its head a blinding ball of light, brighter than the high sun of Media. I averted my gaze, afraid I would be struck down for daring to gaze upon such a creature. A sudden peace was over me, sweeping away my fear, leaving my troubled soul tranquil. A loving warmth wrapped its arms around me. A voice spoke to me as I stood, transfixed, trying to both see this glorious being and avoid its dazzling scrutiny. "Fear not," it said to me, "for you are chosen above all others. You will be the light to bring about the rebirth of an empire." It then held out its hand and bestowed upon me a vision of power, such that I could scarcely contain it. Whitewind, disheveled and dirty, stumbled into his village the next morning, telling all who would listen about the miracle that happened in his fields. Eophas himself, he claimed, had appeared to him. He was to punish the Edaean governor for leading his people into ruin. A way would be provided, and those faithful who helped would be blessed with the divinity manifested. Villagers ignored him, convinced the loss of his parents had broken his mind. But women continued to preach of the power of Eophas and the corruption of the governor, eventually earning him the ire of the locals. His confrontations with the villagers hit a turning point one day in mid-autumn. A crowd had gathered around Whitewind, daring him and telling him to leave the village. The Waller's crop that season was particularly light, and the villagers blamed Whitewind, saying he had angered the gods, particularly Eophas, with his blasphemy. They backed him into one of the withered fields, yelling at him to go. Accounts of the inciting action are hazy. Some say a stone was thrown, others say he was pushed, others say he simply tripped over a dry root sticking from the ground. Regardless of the cause, Whitewind landed face down on the ground, the villagers standing over him laughing. "Enough!" A voice, not Whitewind's, boomed across the field. Whitewind looked up at the crowd, his eyes glowing with a blinding white light. He stood, but did not stand. For a moment he was on the ground, and the next he was standing before the crowd, who cowered before him. "You dare deny me?" the voice spoke through Whitewind's mouth. "You dare refuse my servant?" Whitewind's arms raised, beginning to luminous. Okay. "You dare require proof." His arms went out to his sides. "Never ask again, lest you be burned in the light of the new dawn." There was a flash of light from Whitewind's eyes and hands, and the entire field sprang to life. The once dried and brittle plants became full, lush and verdant. The crowd was silent. From somewhere in the back came a call of "Praise Eophas." Then they all fell to their knees in front of Whitewind, farmer turned god. Huh. Is that one somewhere? Oh, something in there first of all. Incomplete lecture. How to live it has no consolation. When he left the world, I was emptied of divinity. I'm a slave now to the sire. I'm a slave now to the sire form. I'm unmoored from space and time. My body persisting until it's gone. Nothing. Is that what you want me to become? Okay, I think that was everything. I am so done. I'm so done right now. I cannot believe this episode is 2 hours long. Bears. Gotta fight these bears. You can sneak about both of them somehow. I did not hear for some reason. Quite random when enemies hear you doing stealth kills. Alright, I should not be going on my way to kill these guys. I just go back to the Offbreak and finish this quest. Oh no. Quickly just, what do I want here? I don't want to think about this too much right now. I don't know if there was anything I wanted. I got the heal thing. You know what? Let's just get this to rank for free, I guess. Sure. I don't want to think about it. Let's just get more. I guess just more perception, because that's still what I don't have upgraded. Sure. I don't want to think about it. I just want to finish this damn quest, man. Oh, how can it be? Oh god. That's a cliff. That's a cliff. Oh god. Ouch. Fine. Okay, we're done. Enemies on the way. I have been here. Where am I actually? It is this part of where I have a nice weekend. I'll explore this another time, but you know, just kinda again I want to get back to the freaking thing. There's all these people here. Again, do this later. Wow, 2 hours of video. That's a lot more than I bargained for, to be honest. I was really hoping I could do this in an hour. And you know, if I hadn't read every single thing, this would not take that long at all, you know what I mean? Can I get down here? This way? Seems unlikely to be safe. But here I am doing it anyway. Ow. This is what this is. I remember this place. Freezing. Always great when it does that. Oh yeah. I need this quest to be done. I need to never think about it again, you know? Even though I might, because I still kind of want to see what happens when I put the splinter in the statue. You know? Can I? No, I should not. This I can't. Don't know if I can get out of here this way. Let's go around, I think. Not how I get anywhere here. I'm just falling all over the place. It's fine. I got heals. Heals for days. Chest bomb. I don't know if I've ever heard the game. The church spell. I don't think I've heard it in the game, that's what I mean. Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing in this game. We had church bells. Makes sense. Churches tend to have bells. It just didn't occur to me it would be a thing I could hear out here. I guess. Oh.
Envoy.
Oh god, I don't have time for this shit. Can I help you? Who are you? Need something? I was just leaving. Do you have a problem? Can I help you?
On the contrary, Herodes believes it can help you.
Didn't hear it coming. The Herodes must have sent their past. Damn all of you? How long will you keep following me? I agreed to let you go. What do you want from me?
Careful, he could be a messenger. Or this could get interesting.
We have learned you are not a figure to be trifled with. Your mercy for our compatriots has not gone unnoticed. Take this. We deem you worthy. This time. We trust you will remember our gratitude.
Okay.
We will be watching, Envoy.
Rid of passage is what I Phil Thomas, let it be known that the Divine Envoy is proven friend of the Parody resistance. Grant this card like the safe passage and liberty that we afford to our most trusted compatriots and allies. Equal. Well, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, yeah. I mean, I already thought he was gonna leave us alone, but now we have a written thing about it as well. Well, we do look alike now.
Hey, it's the Envoy!
Envoy, hey!
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe her the world. She saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
I'm afraid not. Say nothing. See you soon. In a minute. No, I'm gonna tell the truth.
No. Oh, gods. Does she mean...
They didn't make it off, Rick. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you
Well,
didn't try?
They're already
What
dead.
happened?
When I got there. The Orca ripped the souls from their bodies and put them in his statue. The Orca killed them. These just won't help you. Just know that he went quickly. Say nothing. Guess I'll just say everything that, the truth.
What?
Right. So it could have been worse.
They probably went quickly. If that helps.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offrig, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
I killed him. Don't worry. Yes, he's gone.
At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful, Envoy.
You're welcome, both of you. What's next for you two? You're lucky I haven't by.
Ambassador Heelgard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
While we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
I'll twist it. How do you decide who gets to wear it?
We take turns. Cadman had it last, so he gets to decide what we do with it.
I'll twist it.
Well, I'm sure you've got big Envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, We can drink to the core together.
Oh, I nearly forgot. You didn't happen to find that relic, did you?
What do you want, dude? Let's say I've got the relic right here. What do you give me? Give me for it. Never saw it, sorry. Goes to the people of the living lands. It's not the aid to take. I want to question him what you want to do with it.
You gonna shake the kid down now? Don't you work for the same emperor?
Holy shit. The higher-ups back in High Crown are gonna lose their heads over this. I don't have much, but... well, I suppose I could give you my wages. Headquarters will have to reimburse me, right? Anyway, here.
I think you could do better than that, don't you? Your punches look a little heavy. Okay, are you sure that's all you have? We're really gonna... I mean, if I keep it, I guess in theory I could go back at some point. I have to save. Screw it. Give me all your money.
Envoy.
Yeah. I suppose you could have this stone I found in a chest, too. Can I please have the relic now?
Nah. Okay, fine.
You were serious? You really found it? I'm gonna be
I
the
still
hero
want to
of
know
the
what
corps
you
for
want
this.
to do with it.
Thank you, Envoy. Don't forget to visit us next time you're in High Crown.
I won't. It's okay, too. Perhaps I should be out.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but glad they made it.
Kind of feel bad
two
because
will be
Kai
just fine.
scolded me a little bit.
One of them may even get a happy...
Whatever. I think working 2 hours for this freaking mission, I deserve something. Okay. Well, we're done. Good lord. That took a while. To think that I almost decided to do it last time. I was almost like, yeah, I should try to. I mean, the moment I saw, you know, so many, you know, things to read, I would probably just be like, okay, you know what, never mind. But still, yeah, I don't know, man. That took a while. That took a while. So I got this thing as well. Dexterity and parkour speed up, huh? It's a ring. I have an intellect ring. Resistance to fire and force accumulation. Having more dexterity is nice. Parkour speed is like kind of whatever, but Yes, read the flavor text. A thin band of artwork bisects the center of this simple, unaffected gold ring. The metal is well worn and scratched in places, as if it had been adorned by a laboring hand for many decades. The band's interior is engraved with the words, "Don't look down." The fact that this does dexterity, you know, everything it does that just feels good. This sounds good. I don't know how big of a deal it is, but there is always the fact that, hey, these things sometimes come up in conversations as well, you know, which is something I do want, you know. Oh, the companions have, I can upgrade the companions. I didn't see that before. I don't even know what I want. That. Oh, I get to choose? Oh, okay. I get to choose which one. Right, it was the next one in the row there on the right. Great increase the amount of stun done by fire and armor. I sure that's that one, I guess. Okay, so I get to choose which one. I thought was in. Yeah, gonna go down from the top to bottom. You know what I mean? For me, it's upgrade. I don't even know. I need to stop the video. I don't even know. You know. Need something here. No enemies. That could be actually useful. Alright. Okay. That's the episode. Save. And done. Okay. Next time we go to Emil's, I think that's... Well, no, I still want to... No, we don't. There's still more here to do. I still want to get the... Yeah. The bounty done. And yeah, I have some to claim, but I'll claim those after I do that bounty. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense to go claim it, then go to there and then go back and, you know, yeah, it's just silly. So I'll do the bounty, explore the rest of, you know, up here, and well, I think it shouldn't take that long, crossing my fingers. So I think next time we can actually go to Emerald's and yeah, we'll see what it's all about. Man, what an episode! Long, very long, and I gotta stop. So that's it. See you next time.